All right, welcome back to another hot take and big mistake episode. We are here with our second boot. Rita, how are you feeling?
Sad.
I get that.
Sad.
Yeah?
But like, slightly not surprised.
Okay, why aren't you surprised? What do you think was the start of your way out the door?
I think it may sound kind of weird to say. I think I had a really, really strong social game. Even in the beginning, like first round, I remember everyone was kind of like, Rita's so cool, Rita's so cool. To the point where I hid in the diary room because I was like, I don't want to be perceived. I don't want to be seen as like someone that's like so agreeable, so likable, can be working with anyone. I want to like be a good teammate, not be on anyone's radar, just be chill. But it's almost like that made people afraid of like where I could be going, who I could be trusting. Mm-hmm. So I'm sad because I really wanted to play more games. I sincerely wanted to like at least totally like, get out there, do the thing.
Yeah.
But I'm at the same time not surprised. I think when it came down to it, people were like, social game too strong, get her out while we can, because who knows where the numbers could be for me later.
Right, and you played in an experience similar to this. It wasn't the same game. With your previous games you've played, what did you bring in this time that you wanted to either adjust from previous gameplay or just perception around yourself?
Yeah. Honestly, I thought about it a lot. Like I was thinking maybe I'd come in as a character, like play a villain, or like do something underhanded. But the more I thought about it, I was like, no, like I really love the game I played last time. I like that I played honest and friendly. If anything, the only thing I wanted to change was be more open to working with people who were different from me. You know, I think in the beginning, the first game I played, I'd very much tried to like tie myself to people who I could relate to. So like people who like maybe were the same like athletic build as I was, or like also other women or different things. Versus like at the end of the game, I missed out on working with some really awesome, loyal people that I could have had better relationships with. So I came into this game saying, and maybe that's also like, again, where the friendliness came from. I was just trying to say like, hey, like, if you want to work with me, I'm down to work with you. Like, we're in the early stages. Like, show me who you are and know that, like, whatever you meet me, I'll meet you at the same point, you know? So I was trying to learn from that mistake of, like, not being so niche about the people I was working with. I wanted to be more like, hey, like, if you see me as, like, someone who's an asset to you, I want to be, and I also want to, like, figure it out with you.
Totally get that.
Cast the net too wide, maybe?
And I get that. When we're looking at this game, something I found interesting was you did not want to go for uproot, or you didn't want to have people giving you seeds. Can you talk a little bit more about why that was your strategy going into auction?
I think for me, like I kept saying, when the first one came around, I didn't want to give away my power just yet because I may need it later. Like right now, I felt comfortable with the relationships I had, so it's like I want to keep the little bit I do have. And so I don't want to ever ask for something I'm not willing to like offer in return. That seems fair. So at the same time, if I'm not comfortable giving a seed away, I'm not going to ask you for it. What I am going to do is at least ask you for the very thing I gave you last time.
Right.
Safety and just comfort, knowing that like we are good. Now, if that's like week 4 or 5 down the line where like it's getting intense, it's like, girl, put the seeds down. We got to do what we got to do. That's different. But week 2, and maybe again, I even just asked multiple times, like, am I being naive, feeling this comfortable, you know?
Yeah.
But I really did feel like people wanted me around. People wanted to play the game with me, and maybe that's, you know, where I went wrong.
Which, speaking of, I believe the vote was a 6-3.
Yes.
There was people that wanted you to stick around. Who do you think voted to keep you around?
I was thinking about that on the ride over. I would say, and I could be very wrong, I most likely am. I'm going to say Piglet.
Why?
Because I adore him, and I don't think that, despite him being a really good game player, when it comes to he and I, at least in the past, like, we've never gone for each other. Like, I want him to have a good game. I truly believe he wants me to have a good game as well. Again, I could be wrong. Maybe he's like, let her go while we can, but I would want to see him succeed, so I have a feeling he would want to see me succeed as well.
Do you have any idea of the other two?
The other two, I'm going to maybe say Alex and maybe Emily.
Okay. All will be revealed.
I would like to know.
And I want to get to the hot takes part of the episode. This is where it's going to get a little bit messy.
Ooh.
And I want you to let these people have it, okay? So we'll start easy with, who do you think is the most under the radar?
Zach.
Okay. Why?
He's quieter, which honestly I see as an asset. I went into this round like wanting to like meet with people maybe I wouldn't have played with like last game. And so I was like, someone quieter. He's going to be hearing a lot of conversation. He's not going to be seen as a threat. And honestly, I wanted to work with him. I think I mentioned it to him at one point. I was like, yeah, the quiet ones are going to have like a lot of information. But that being said, like I've seen him, but I've like seen him and heard nothing,
Yeah.
So I would say Zach is probably the most under the radar. Outside of that, honestly, maybe even who I think is playing a really good game as well, Blythe.
Blythe. Okay, why Blythe?
From the beginning, she's been listening. Like she's been real. I've seen her actively listening, moving around, going to get snacks, which she has like been eating snacks.
Yeah.
But I feel like she's also been like strategically placing herself in places to like hear things. Yeah. There's other people too. Like I was gonna say on the way out, I chose not to. Like that's why I was like taking my moment. I was like, do I say it? No. Be kind. I was gonna say like watch the conversations by the trees. It's getting shady, because I was starting to see like towards the end of like when we voted, a lot of like people having the conversation like you and me are good. And I was like, oh, there's like some like
They're not
duos
telling me
happening.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. That's all right.
I want to ask another hot take. Who is kissing the most ass? Let them have it. You're out. They let you go.
That's fine though. Like honestly, don't me wrong, I get it, but like I'm not even mad.
Name them. Name them. Give me an ass kisser.
You know what I'm actually gonna say, and I actually feel bad for him. I do. I think it's Matt.
Ooh, interesting. Why?
Because of how his game started, I think he's on the red team, and he had to put up Z. And I think that kind of threw people for a loop because no one wanted Z up. And then I think his team like instantly felt like put him on the outskirts, and now he's trying to reestablish some trust with people. Now again, I could be wrong. Maybe he has more than I realized, but the conversation I had with him, he's very much trying to like almost, it seemed like reestablish something with people that he felt like he lost with them.
Gotcha.
So I feel bad for him at the same time, but also I tried to connect with him, and I was like, hey, like it's only week 2. We have time to like build a relationship. Like there's still a lot of games left.
Time, yeah.
Like I extended the olive branch.
But he didn't grab it.
He burned it.
So I want to talk about, we're looking at the greenhouse.
Yes.
Obviously in the garden, we see snakes in the garden. Who's the biggest snake in the game right now?
Dang.
Name them.
I'm trying to think. It's hard because I feel like I was playing like in such a broad game that I wasn't really seeing anyone be like savage, I don't have one.
I was trying to do the strategy where if I didn't respond, maybe you'd like...
Don't get me wrong. Like, again, it's just because I haven't seen anyone like do something that I...
Super snaky yet?
Yeah, I'm sure it's coming. I guarantee you it's coming.
Yeah.
They're out there. They just didn't approach me with anything. And to be fair, the way I was playing, I probably wouldn't have gone with it.
Yeah.
So I haven't seen it. I literally have been trying to play an honest, like, upfront game. So, like, I don't think anyone approached me with, like, a... obviously.
Right.
Here I am.
Right.
So they're there. Just I didn't see
We
them.
know you're out there, snakes. I hear that's... I want to ask you, for our final hot take, who's your winner pick? Who do you think's taking it home?
Dang.
We got a lot more people to lose, but
Yeah.
who do you see? It's early. Who's standing out?
You know what I'm going to go with? Because even actually before I got put out, I sent a text gifting my seed to this person.
Who was it? You can say
Oscar.
here. Really?
Yes.
Okay. What makes you feel like Oscar's the winner?
Oscar, I've played a game with him before, but I even saw him when I first came into the game. I was like, hey, like, I regret not playing a game with you sooner. Like, our relationship towards the end of the game tried to get a start, but he was loyal from start to end when I saw him play the last game. Now, he could be playing a different game this time, obviously, but the guy I saw playing, I really like the way he played the game. I feel like if he tells you, like, he's with you and he's riding with you, he meant it, you know? Now, he can make a deal here and there if he needs to, but I feel like if he sincerely looks in you in the face and says, like, hey, I'm going to play the game with you.
He means it.
And so I told him as, like, a gesture, I was like, this is really a gift. This does not mean you have to work with me. I just want you to know when I told you, like, I want to work with you, I do mean it. And I wish I would have worked with you sooner. So, like, I want to give you this as a gift to, like, show that I mean it.
Cute.
You know?
Love it.
Isn't it?
Love it.
Here I am.
Who knows?
But yeah, I would say Oscar, and he's really good at games. Like, I think that if he like has the right like security around him, he's gonna be good.
You can do it.
Yeah.
My final question I want to ask you is, what was your biggest mistake?
Getting too comfortable. I definitely relied on my social game probably more than I should have. You know, I even asked stupidly, am I being naive by not asking for a power or for seeds back? But I determined, and I said, and I stood on it. I was like, I want to be a woman who stands by my word. I don't want to ask you anything I'm not willing to give you back in return right now. So I can give you, like, respect of, like, not being on your radar. I'm asking you for the same. I wish, because even at one point, like I said, when Josh got the uproot, someone came up to me and they were like, hey, you can get those seeds super easy if you ask. But I'd already started saying, like, I'm not going to ask for it because I don't want to, like, ask you for something I don't want to, I didn't feel like my game was there
I
yet.
totally understand that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that's my biggest one. Maybe I should have just, like, been a little bit more high maintenance and, like, asked for more, expected more, and, like, see if you were willing to elevate with me, you know?
Yeah.
So I wish I would have maybe gone for it, because honestly, what's the worst could happen? We could have, like, been bidding back and forth. Maybe he'd be here and I wouldn't be.
Right.
But
who knows?
Biggest regret.
Who knows? Well, I think you were such an interesting player to watch. I really enjoyed it, and I think you made a splash into the game.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for playing,
Thank you.
we hope to see you again sometime soon.
I hope so.
Thanks, y'all.
Thank you.